flowers like glaciers, pretty like ray tracing. I've become complacent. Look to new operations. My God, it feels amazing.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be repotting this Philodendron Mexicanium, so please keep watching. Okay, so with this Philodendron Mexicanium, I realized what the problem was, why it was flipping over in my last video. I think it's the pot. I don't think it's very root bound. I just think it's the pot. So let me show you her roots if I can without breaking a leaf. Ooh. So these are her roots. They are coming out the bottom of the pot, but she has a lot of aerial roots as well that are growing really nicely into this moss pole. It's almost time for her to either get an extension or chopped. But I really don't want to chop her, so I'll probably extend her eventually. Her roots are growing into this moss pole so crazy. It's unreal. I was putting zip ties when she was growing a new leaf to keep her close to the pole, because I don't know if you can see, she will attach to the pole, but she attaches to the pole from very far away. And I just want to keep her close to the moss pole so she's a little bit more secure, because I honestly believe that her roots in the moss pole is what is keeping her happy versus the roots that are growing in the pot. I'm gonna give her a new pot because I realized I believe it would keep her more stable and keep her from flipping over, because I water this moss pole like maybe 2 to 3 times a week and I think she's doing all right. She has this weird way of reaching for the light, like her newest leaf here. Let me show you. Is reaching for the light. I might even move her to another location so that the leaves on this side that are reaching that way can start straightening up a little bit so she's not overreaching. So let me bring you in a little closer so you can see me repotting her. Okay, here's an 8-inch pot. It's a 7-inch pot. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in the 7-inch pot because I think this will be the best for her right now. So let's go. So let me show you an example of how stable she is in the clear pots that I sell. So this is her nursery pot I've always left her in ever since I've had her. And here is my 7-inch pot that I currently sell. You notice she's not even swaying around or acting like she doesn't know which way to go. So hopefully this works out for her. And the good thing about the moss pole she's on is all of the extensions of the moss pole she has are moss poles that I make, which are of steel, so they're not flimsy at the bottom. About clear pots is you can see how root bound it is. With this black nursery pot, I can't tell what is going on in here, but it feels very tight. She's not root rot, so let me show you. She is very solid. I'm not going to disturb her roots at all. I'm just going to put her in a new pot and backfill it so she can be a little bit more stable. She lasted pretty long in this nursery pot, surprisingly. She's doing really well. Oh yeah, for sure. It's already more stable. So I'm sticking the skewer into the pot and I'm pushing the roots back so the new soil can fall between the root ball and the wall of the new pot, so it can be a little bit more secure. I am not trying to break any of the roots that this plant already has because it's very healthy. Sometimes I wonder if I overwater it or underwater it, but it's just so non-fuss. It doesn't get mad or nothing. Sometimes it'll drop a leaf every now and again, but that's kind of normal when you're dealing with a plant that's this old. It's gonna drop its older leaves. I think I've had this plant for close to 2 years now. I don't know if you can see the skewer. So I'm not pushing down to break the leaves. I'm just going into the air pockets and just pulling the roots back so the new soil can fall in there, which is gonna help. So when I add water, all of the soil won't settle. It'll pretty much be settled once I water it for the first time. And for this plant, I never water the pot. I always just add a water bottle to the top of the moss pole and just let it work itself out. I don't add any water to the pot. But since I'm repotting it, I'm gonna thoroughly water her. I don't need her cutting up. And since I don't water the pot, I'm gonna add a little bit more soil so it's just more secure in here. And I'm nowhere near the top of the plant pot. And this is some very light soil. I'm very impressed the way it holds the plant secure in the pot with it being so lightweight. I was going to give her an 8-inch pot, but I think that would be too big. I think she really prefers it to be this tight in her pot. Look at that. She's not even wobbling anymore. So I guess that's all she really needed, was just a more heavier pot. So let me show you. This pot right here is the one she came in. It's not a bad pot. I actually love that it's very tall, but it's really flimsy compared to the pots I sell. My pots are very thick and heavyweight. They don't play. They're a little tall, but I like it like that because that way you can put a plant like philodendrons in here that have a very big root system or can grow a very big root system and not have to worry about up potting it too much, but the roots have somewhere to go down versus having something super wide and full of soil. So this will be perfect for her. I'm happy with that. She's still going to be a little heavy because she has a very tall moss pole. I almost don't even know if I'm going to be extending this moss pole. I'm probably going to have to chop her because if I don't chop her, I'm going to have to put her in a bigger pot just to hold up 3 24-inch steel moss poles. I mean, it's not impossible, but I don't want to put her in a bigger pot if her roots don't need that. So this is my second favorite plant, which is the Philodendron Mexicanium. When I got her, she only had 3 leaves. So here's my Philodendron Mexicanium. She's repotted. These are all her leaves. This is how tall she is. She's sitting flat on the floor. And of course, you know, maybe I'm in the shop, maybe I'm not. So I'm gonna go ahead and water her since I know she's not gonna flip over. And I think that's why she almost toppled over in the last video. So let me see. Let me move her back. Maybe you can see if I move her back a little bit. So I'm gonna put a saucer under her for now because I don't want to make a muddy mess on this repotting mat. I don't mind dirt sometimes, but I don't want no wet dirt. I'd rather clean up dry dirt. So I'm gonna use a water bottle like this. It's full of water, and I'm just gonna sit it on top of her moss pole until the entire moss pole is wet. Once this finishes with the water, I'm gonna go ahead and thoroughly water the pot, put her in some light, and let her get comfortable. Yep, that's me. Okay, this is my Philodendron Mexicanium repot. I should have another repot right after this. If not, thank you so much for watching. Please stick around. I'm gonna go ahead and water her, and I'll see you in the next video. In this container, I have some faucet water and some Rapid Start. I'm gonna add it to her pot.
Flowers like glacier, pretty like great chasing. I've become complacent. Nocturnal operations, my God, it feels amazing.